As we drove up to Ullswater for the second time this trip, I reflected that you could stay in Ullswater for the whole week, walk every day and not do the same walk twice. Two years ago to this day, we got married at the Inn on the Lake in Glenridding. And in the background of some of our wedding pictures you could see Place Fell, so it made sense to head up there and get a view from the other side. The walk would start at Patterdale, cutting across the side of the fell before rounding the bend and heading straight up to the top of Place Fell, where we'd have stunning views over Glenridding and the Inn on the Lake. We then come off the top of the fell towards the valley, heading past a historical sheep pen before descending towards Ullswater and into the trees. The path would now wind along the banks of Ullswater through old birch forests thick with moss and boulders, before emerging out into fields and fells and returning to Patterdale. Just as we were lucky with the weather 2 years ago, we were lucky again today, and the sun was warm and shining, which admittedly made the walk a little arduous, especially after a full week of walking. We could see thunderclouds building in the distance as we rose above the valley, but having started early we were fairly certain we'd be off the fell before the worst of the weather came in. Now rising gradually, we could see the Helvellyn walk we'd done a few days prior. It's actually a really cool thing to do. Do a walk that's opposite a walk you've already done so that you can see the route you took. It gives you a bit of perspective, seeing what looks like an insurmountable goal, but knowing that all that's needed to achieve it is to keep putting one foot in front of the other. We stopped for a snack at the top of Place Fell with views down to the Inn on the Lake. As I sat, sweating, in my muddy boots and grubby trousers, we reminisced about what a wonderful, peaceful, joyful day we'd had 2 years ago to the day. And it was from the top that you could see just how big Ullswater is, nearly 12 kilometres long and winding through the valley. It's easy to see it's the second biggest lake in the Lake District as it stretched well off into the distance under the clouds. As we continued the walk, sheets of rain in the distance were ominous foreshadowing, but we carried on in willful ignorance, hoping to outpace it as we followed the now growing gill down to the valley. Unfortunately, we could not outrun the rain. As the rain came in thick and heavy, the camera went away. path followed the lake along through thick and mossy silver birch woodland, undulating gently underfoot while the rain came and went. We stopped for lunch, overlooking the peninsula, and watched kayaks paddling in a bay while an Ullswater steamboat chugged past us. And then it poured. Thank God it didn't pour earlier, we were absolutely soaked. You know it's over as the rain starts to run down your legs and into your boots, with spongy, bubbling squelches underfoot with every step. Thankfully, we were just over a mile from the car, so we quickened our pace, put our hoods up, hunched our shoulders and power walked back to the car with a 13-kilometre walk under our belts. Ullswater is an amazing place, jam-packed with memories, scattered with fells, littered with tourist attractions like Air Force waterfalls and Pooley Bridge. It's the first place I ever visited in the lakes, the first place I ever wild camped, the place I got married, and it's a place I hope to continue to visit for a very long time. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button, it really helps me out, and if you'd like to see other videos like this, hit that subscribe button, but more importantly, I hope you have a great day.